This video is all about football trading on the Betfair Exchange. We're going to be showing you how to use in-play live XG data to trade the over 2.5 goals market and also the over 1.5 and 3.5 goals market too. And of course, we're going to be showing you real life trading demonstrations taken from the Betfair Betting Exchange to show you how it's done and much, much more. Go grab a nice cold beer or a margarita and let's get into it. So the live XG or expected goals data does pretty much what it says on the tin and tells us when to expect goals and how many goals to expect. Now, most football fans and pundits currently look at XG after the match to review a team's performance. However, as football traders, we can actually use the XG data in play as the match is developing to help us spot profitable opportunities. And this goes for in-play football bettors also. And really, it is an absolute match made in heaven. Football trading plus the live XG data. Remember, in football trading, we're often getting in, locking in profits, and then not worrying about the final score. So we can take advantage of what the numbers are showing us to find profitable trading angles that we can just quickly take advantage of. You might have seen the previous video where we were talking about learning when to back the teams. We could back a team, they take the lead, we lock in a profit. We're not worrying about the final score after that. The final total XG score could obviously change. So that's not something we want to worry about too much, and we don't have to worry about when we're trading football. So that's why it's an absolute match made in heaven. Now let's move on to looking at the over 2.5 goals market. I know most people watching this video on this channel already got a very good idea about trading over 2.5 goals, but in case you're new, we already know the price on over 2.5 goals is going to rise from when the match kicks off. Okay, so as time goes on, that price is going to rise higher and higher. Now, backing the higher prices, it's going to increase our profit potential. So if we can wait and back at a higher price, we get a higher profit potential. And typically in football trading, we often like to wait for a match to warm up a little bit so we can get that higher price before we get involved in the goal markets. I mean, just this chart here, this match clearly kicked off at 1.6. The goal came in before the price hit 1.7, but a little bit later in the match, you might have got 2.2, 2.4, 2.8 before that first goal. And so generally, you would be splitting up your stake to try and catch the higher prices as it drifts higher with time. And then the idea is, goal is scored, it will crash the price lower, and we can trade out after that, remove our risk, and not really have to worry too much. Okay. Now, previously, really, to read the football matches and to get a good handle on when a match is warming up and when goals are expected, we would have to watch the match live, really, to get an accurate insight into that. The in-play stats are never really accurate in telling us how the match was warming up, really, because you might see, oh, there's been 2 shots on target, but I don't know, were those 2 shots 20 minutes ago or something like that? Were they weak shots? Were they shots which rolled into the goalkeeper's hands? We're not really going to know by the in-play stats, but if you wanted a real accurate insight into how a match is warming up before you get involved, then you really have to watch it. But now, in this day and age that we live in, we can look at the XG data to tell us when we should be actually expecting a goal, and then we get in. Okay, that means you don't need to try and watch dozens of matches at once to see which is running hot, which is running cold. You can just let the data do it, and often this means we can take advantage of the very generous prices by the time this happens. Okay, so instead of guessing and just kind of getting in the market when that price hits say 1.8, we can wait for the data to tell us. And when the data tells us, the price might be 2.2 or 2.4, which all adds up in the long term. It's all extra added value. Okay. So look, anyway, I'd rather just dive right in and show you some real life examples of this. Okay. I'd rather just dive in and give you the idea so you can see it for yourself. So let's do that right now. But before we do, I would really, really love it if you could click the like button to support the channel. We upload these videos for you for free. All we ask for in return is you click the like button if you want us to keep making them. It's simple as that, really. If you're not sure if you like what you see and you want to wait for a bit, of course, check out the rest of the video, just remember to click the like button. Anyway, do you know what? Let's get into these real life demonstrations, and we've got quite a few actually to get through. So you're really going to enjoy this. Go grab another nice cold beer and let's get into it. Half time in this match, Bochum 1, Union Berlin 0. So let me show you what the numbers are showing us for this one. So you can see here, Bochum are winning. We're expecting that. That's about right, the match result being a home win. However, we've got a couple of goals overdue. Okay, so we've had 1 goal in this match, and we're currently expected 3 overall. So 2 more should have been scored by now. Okay, and then we still got 45 minutes to get them. So this is definitely the type of match we will get involved on the goal markets, and we're going to go over 2.5. Okay, we've already got 1 goal. We're going to go over 2.5, and we're going to split our stake up. So we're going to get involved. We're going to take that price on the over 2.5, 2.12, and then we can go something like half a point higher. As we know, this price on over 2.5 is going to continue to rise during the second half. Okay, so we're expecting goals. We're just not sure when that goal is going to come. It's not like we can say it's going to come in like the next minute or something like that. So anyway, let's split up the stake, and I'm going to try and put in this final one. And as time goes on, that price is going to rise, and maybe we'll get all our orders matched. If a goal is scored in the meantime, then we should be able to lock in a profit from there. Okay, so anyway, that's all good, and we're all set, ready to go. Okay, Bochum against Union Berlin. It's 1-0 at half time. We're expecting 2 goals at least in the second half. We're 55 minutes in, and we've just had another goal. Okay, so Bochum have actually doubled the lead. I know you can't see the score on the screen, but I mean, that kind of tells the story. Okay, Bochum are into 1.09. So let's head over to the goal markets, and you can see the price has gone in to 1.31. We didn't get any of our orders matched, but that's absolutely fine, as there's definitely some profits there. Now let me show you. I've updated the XG, and it's now 2-0 Bochum. We're still overdue 1 goal, so this can help us with our decision making, because we could cash it out for the £30 of profit. But remember, we're still expecting another goal. Whoops, I'm making a mistake there. So we're still expecting another goal. So we can just leave it as a free bet on the over 2.5 outcome. Okay, let me just get that in the market. And so with regards to decision making, and I'll cancel these orders as well. Okay, let's just get those cancelled. So with regards to decision making, there's always a bit of a debate with football traders when it comes to these sorts of situations where, look, do we cash it out? Do we leave it as a free bet? What's the better move? Well, you could just refer to the XG and decide. Okay, if we were looking at this situation and the sheet was saying this, total goals overdue 0, then we'd know that, hey, you know what, let's just lock it in. Okay, no more goals are overdue. But we're still overdue a goal, so we're going to leave all the profits on the over 2.5 goals, and when that goal arrives, we will make a bigger profit. Okay, £40 versus £30, as you can see there. So just another bit of use for the XG. Okay, for those who are always a little bit all over the place with their decision making, let the numbers decide for you. Okay, that's pretty much we're pretty much done with this trade anyway. So yeah, it's Bochum 2, Union Berlin 0, and we're out with a successful trade. We're in the late stages of this match, Celtic against Feyenoord. You can see Celtic are 1-0 up here and 1.42. Now anyway, look, I plugged in these XG numbers on this one. Expected goals for this match is 3. However, we only had 1. So total goals overdue is 2. Current projected match result is a home win for Celtic, so nothing really there. However, there's probably scope to get involved on the goal markets. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay under 1.5, which means we just need 1 more goal to get a profit on that, and then we'll also look to lay the under 2.5, okay, because 1 goal could easily lead to 2, and we are 2 goals overdue. So anyway, let's get this in the market. Let me see. Yeah, we're all set on the under 1.5, and we're all set on the under 2.5. Okay, let's see. 1 goal will definitely make us profitable on this, but 2 goals will pretty much hit the jackpot. Let's see what happens next. It's 1-0 with around 13 minutes left plus the injury time. 81 minutes on the clock. We've got one of the goals we were definitely looking for. Okay, so Celtic 1, Feyenoord 1 on 82 minutes. So that means we've landed, and that's just disappeared before our eyes. So we've landed that £100 of profit. Now, what we can do on this side of things, look, we could cash this out, or we could look to give ourselves a bit of a free bet. Okay, so let's adjust the stake a little bit and put ourselves in a position where from this point on, I mean, we've already landed £100 profit, so that's guaranteed, that's in the bank. We get another goal and we'll add 130 to that, and this is for no added risk. There's no further risk in this, as you can see. We could cash it out, but I don't think it's worth it. We've still got 8 minutes plus the rest of the match, not the rest of the match, plus the stoppage time to get it. So yeah, I think we're in a pretty strong position, but I'm just showing you all the options that you have within football trading. Almost every trade is different. You've all got your different styles. A lot of you know that my style is always to try and go for the bigger profit when possible. So we're going to try and do that. But if you did want to take it, you could take that £50 plus the 100 and you've locked in 150. So anyway, let's see what happens. 7 minutes plus a stoppage time. I'll give you an update as and when something develops. 90 minutes on the clock, and we have got another goal in this one. It's gone to Celtic. It looks like Celtic are going to win this late on, which is good for us. We're going to land this profit, okay, the £130. So you saw how that trade developed. You saw how we detected it via the XG, and what was it, 2 goals total overdue, and we've got those 2 goals. Okay, very, very nicely. Some nice prices. We laid under 2.5 goals there at 1.17, and we're gonna be out with a profit. But what we're gonna do is, while we're here, you never know, 2 goals could lead to a third one. So let's go in with another lay. Okay, we might add a bonus goal to this if there is another goal. We've got profits. We're playing with the profits. All right. But anyway, look, if you don't hear back from me, then you know that this match finished 2-1. Okay, so we made 100 on the 1.5 goals market, 130 on the 2.5 goals market, and we lost 22 on this market. But very nicely done. And you saw, the important thing is, and the whole point of all of these video demonstrations, it's not about the strategy, it's about showing you how we're using XG to pretty much predict the future. Okay, so anyway, I think we're done. Celtic 2, Feyenoord 1. So this really is like having some sort of crystal ball. It's probably as close as you're going to get to having a crystal ball. And the good news is that the XG data and the implementation of it and the technology behind it is only going to improve going forwards. But the key is in how you can interpret that data. And if you haven't got this already, you should be checking out this free ebook, XG Football Trading, the prospectus. If you're liking the look of all these video clips that we're showing you and you want to learn more, then you can download this free ebook, which will detail all you need to know about how to go further with using XG for your in-play trading. And to get this sent to you, you can click the link in the description of this video. If you're watching on a big screen, you can scan that QR code, or in a browser, just go straight to xgfootballtrading.com to get a free copy of this, and it will give you a lot more detail about how to implement XG into your football trading, and you will be learning how it's changing the game for football traders and how you personally can take advantage. Also, the main elements of interpreting the XG data to find all the money making trades, a lot further detail than you will get in the YouTube videos, and mainly just how to get started with adding this into your football trading and instantly upgrading your skill set. If you're someone who's always felt like with football trading, you know the strategies, you can learn the strategies pretty well, it's just knowing when to deploy the strategies, well, learning XG is going to help you hugely with that. Okay, could be the final piece of the puzzle. But anyway, as said, you can click the link in the description of this video to get your copy. Put in your very best email address and we will email it right to you. A fake email address is not going to work. You're just wasting your time. Otherwise, scan that QR code if you're on a big screen, or just visit xgfootballtrading.com. Okay, but anyway, I've still got quite a lot more real life football trading demonstrations of the goal markets and implementing XG. So let's dive right back into it. Let's go. Half time in Serie A, Napoli against Cagliari, 0-0, as you can see. Now, Napoli, home team, very, very short price for half-time. I mean, they were a short price favourite. Let's bring it up just so you can get the full picture on this one. They're 1.57 currently, but they kicked off around 1.4. Now, anyway, look, we've plugged in the numbers on this one, and current projected match result is a home win. But that's not the hugest surprise, really, because Napoli, strong favourite on this one. So, I mean, you could take that trade. It's looking good. But what I'm liking the look of is total goals overdue is 2. One of them to Napoli, so we'd expect if anyone's going to score soon, it's going to be Napoli. But 2 goals overdue, I think it's probably good to get involved in the goal markets on this one. Okay, so we're going to look at over 1.5 goals. We are expecting 2 goals, so 2 goals would do it for us. But as you know, the price is going to rise on this one. We're going to split up the stake and see if we can extract extra value out of it. Okay, so we're going to get in. Our entry price will be there at 1.83, and let's go in a little bit higher, and then we'll put in one more order after that, and then we will assess depending on how the second half goes. Okay, the idea is that we're going to look to exit out for a profit as soon as that goal is scored. So one thing to keep in mind that when you are trading the goal markets like this is that you do need that goal pretty soon, so you've got to have some sort of exit plan. If that goal doesn't arrive soon, what do you do later on in the match? As mentioned, everyone's got their own strategy, and these videos in particular, not really about the strategies, just showing you how we're finding opportunities. But anyway, we think we found an opportunity on the goal markets. We are expecting 2 goals in the second half as a minimum in this one. It's Napoli 0, Cagliari 0. Let's see what happens next. 68 minutes on the clock. We've got the goal that we were expecting. Okay, so Napoli have clearly made hard work of it, but we knew it was coming at some point. Okay, so anyway, we got all our parts matched on this one, and so the next step to take will be to remove the risk from the trade in this one and kind of assess the 2 positions. Okay, so we could lock in £50 of profit, and we've also got a free bet left on the over 1.5 goals market. Now remember, we were expecting 2 goals in this match, so we should probably just let this run and see if that one can come in on the over 1.5. So pretty much the trade is done. Let me bring up the chart and just let you see how high the price went as well, because obviously that's quite interesting. So it went as high as 4, and our highest bet match was 2.8. Really, we should have got more on in between, but anyway, here we are. So anyway, that's pretty much it. You saw how we spotted the opportunity, and we got involved in the second half. Okay, so Napoli 1, Cagliari 0, trading on the over and under 1.5 goals market, and a successful trade. So we're in the very, very late stages of this one. It's Napoli 2, Cagliari 1, and I just wanted to show you how this match ended, just for those who are curious. Okay, so Napoli 2, Cagliari 1. Looks like it's probably going to be the final score. Now, do remember at halftime we were forecasting, or rather the XG was forecasting, that we were expecting a Napoli win, and we were expecting at least 2 goals as a minimum. So both things have come true. Remember, we're never saying it's 2 goals exactly. We're just saying 2 goals as a minimum, and in the end we got the 3rd one. And of course the XG is always going to increase during the second half. Now anyway, I plugged in those same XG numbers, and looks like the XG is exactly bang on with the forecast. Expected correct score 2-1, home win, and there you have it. Okay, so it just shows you how accurate this XG calculator is, and alongside the actual XG. So anyway, I think that wraps it up. Probably the final score, but anyway, we're not going to hang around and wait for the final whistle. Napoli 2, Cagliari 1. So I think we've spotted a bit of an opportunity in this match from the Europa League. Victoria Pilsen against FC Astana. You can see the stats there. We plugged them into the sheet, and it's quite telling. Okay, so it is 0-0. However, current projected match result, home win. So Pilsen more than dominant, and total goals overdue is 4. Okay, so we've got 3 goals that have been expected already, but really it's probably swinging closer to 4. I know that can be a little bit confusing, but yeah, either way, we're looking like we should be getting involved in this one. And Pilsen, they're at 1.6 on the match odds market, so they are odds on. You might not want to take that price. We're going to get involved in the goal markets, okay? Total goals overdue was 4. So let's try and get involved with laying under 1.5. If we're expecting 4, should be at least able to get 2, right? That's the logic. So let's lay under 1.5 goals here. So we're laying that there at 2.26. And then we're going to lay under 2.5 goals, okay? And do keep in mind, for everyone who's new to the channel, that we are going to be trading, okay? So ideally, not all of this is going to be risked. But anyway, we're laying under 2.5 goals and then under 3.5, okay? So let's get that in as well, okay? And let me show you the positions that we're in. Under 1.5, under 2.5, just about to be taken in full, and then under 3.5, okay? Now let's see if we get some goals in the second half. We're definitely expecting them. 58 minutes on the clock. We've just had the first goal of the match, and no surprise really, Betfair Betting have broken that deadlock. So we knew it was coming, as kind of covered earlier on. Poulsen were there to back at 1.6, which was definitely worth it as well. But as you know, we got involved on the goal markets, and so we're still expecting more goals in this one. But I'm going to show you the positions just so you've got an idea. We could lock in some profits on the 1.5. Let's see the 2.5 and see where we're at there, and the 3.5. Okay, let's take a look. So yeah, not much happening there. But anyway, we're expecting goals, as you know, and we're expecting at least 2. So we're going to let that second goal, or wait for that second goal, if it arrives, you never know, and we'll assess the position once that second goal arrives. Once that second goal arrives, we will land £100 of profit, and that will pretty much cover the liabilities that are in the other markets, okay? That's kind of close to break even, maybe a small loss, but of course we're going to be trading, okay? So you've got to think fourth dimensionally. But anyway, so far so good. We've got that opening goal. Poulsen 1, FC Astana 0. 66 minutes. It's just gone 2-0 to Victoria Poulsen. So that is the second goal. Remember, now that is our profit on the over 1.5 goals market, and that is locked in. Okay, so we were expecting a fair amount of goals in this one. We just got 2 of them. And let's take a look at the other goal markets and see what's happening there. Okay, so remember, I mean, when we looked at half-time, and I will double-check this in a moment, but we were expecting at least 4. Now, with XG, it's not going to go backwards, so possibly we're expecting even more by this point. But anyway, what we're going to do, we've got £76 of liability in the 2.5 goals market, and £52 of liability in the 3.5 goals market. So what I'm going to do is just going to let these prices settle down. Okay, going to give it a minute to settle down, and then we're going to take action. Be right back. And so we're back, and I just wanted to show you the updated XG. Let's just show you how that looks on the sheet. So expected goals overall is 5. We've got total goals overdue is 3, so potentially 3 more in this one. Anyway, let's have a look at the markets. So over 2.5 goals, that would be 1 more, and we can look to just try and remove the risk from the over and under 2.5 goals market. Let's do that, and let's try and do the same on the 3.5, okay, if possible, and just to give ourselves the free bets. So just trying to do this on the fly. Let's just get this in. Everything's slowing down on my laptop right now. So okay, here we are, over and under 2.5 goals. We could lock in £85 of profit. We could do that. We're going to try and get more goals in this one. And 3.5 goals. Let's take a look at this. We could lock in £40 of profit, but we're going to leave a free bet of 178. So we've got a free bet of 178 and a free bet of 140. 1 more goal makes us that 140. And going back to the sheet, yeah, we're expecting a 3rd goal after that, so why not get in on the over and under 4.5? Okay, so let's see what we can do on this market. We'll just lay that, okay, that low price. Okay, you never know. It's such a low price, and we've got some profits to play with. Okay, because remember, we've landed 100 profit on the over and under 1.5 goals market, so that's ours now. and we are down to 0 pretty much on the 2.5, pretty much down to 0 on the 3.5, and now we've got £23 of risk. So look, we're making a profit no matter what, but yeah, from here on it's just a matter of how much profit we might potentially make in this one. Let's see what happens. Pilsen 2, FC Astana 0 in 70 minutes. 81 minutes on the clock. We've got another one, and it's a third goal for Victoria Pilsen. No huge surprise. Remember, we were expecting this at half-time, okay? A lot of doubters will say, oh, it was just a punt, lucky punt, they got lucky. Nope, we were fully expecting this, okay? So the third goal's arrived, so that adds 140 into our bottom line for this one. And now we're going to look to this goal market, and there's a bit of time to get it, okay? There's a bit of time to get it. We should also look at the 4.5 goals market and see if there's potential to trade out. I mean, we laid it at 1.06, so it hasn't risen up high enough to do anything about that, because it would be nice to just remove that risk. Removing that risk actually adds to our profit, okay? We're probably not going to hit the 4.5, but anyway, 3.5 is the next target. That's what we're looking for here, and if we hit that, we'll add 178 to our bottom line. And for all the other traders out there interested in this, you could lock it in as well, 66, okay? It's all down to your own trading style. There's no set rules to this. So anyway, that's the third goal. Let's see what happens next. Let's see if we get another one. There's no further risk to this. So we're deep into injury time on this one. Doesn't look like we're going to get that fourth goal, but that's totally fine, okay? That's totally fine. We definitely have profited from this one very nicely, and yeah, look, I mean, we're not going to make any sort of loss on the 3.5 goals market. We make a small loss on the 4.5, as you know, but that's totally fine, because overall, very, very profitable. So the most important thing is you saw how we found the opportunity. That's the most important thing to keep in mind. That's what these videos and these demonstrations are all about. It was a very nice XG in favour of Pilsen at half-time, as you saw, and the goals materialised in the second half, okay? You won't see opportunities like this all the time, but there's loads of matches all day, every day, and you will find some, okay? So I think that's pretty much it. Victoria Pilsen 3, FC Astana 0, and that's it. So half-time in a match here from the English Championship, where it looks like there could be a bit of an opportunity on this one. You can see it's Preston Watford. It's kind of an even market. And anyway, look, we plugged in the numbers on this one. So the projected match result is still a draw. So there's probably no action to take on the match odds market. But we've got 2 goals overdue on this one at the moment, okay? So 2 goals scored so far, but still room, well, not room, but should have been 2 goals more at least in that first half. So there's still 45 minutes left to go. So 2 goals overdue means we're going to go on the over 3.5 market, and it's a pretty decent price as well to start with. So breaking up the stake is going to be the order of the day. As you know, this price is going to rise, and we want to take advantage of the rise in the odds, and so we will go in with 2.58 and then 3.1, and then we'll go in at 3.6. okay, remember, there's nothing about the formula or the strategy or anything like that. We're showing you how we're spotting the opportunities, and we're just sticking to kind of some common football trading principles here. So we're involved now on the over 3.5 goals market. So that first half looked like it was pretty good. Second halves are usually more open in football. So we're expecting 2 goals in the second half. Let's see what happens next. So we're literally 1 minute into the second half, and we've had another goal. Okay, Watford have just taken the lead. Preston 1, Watford 2. Remember, we backed over 3.5 goals there at 2.6. This price has now gone in there to pretty much 1.36 to lay. And let me just show you, because I've updated the score on the sheet. So now we're in that position where total goals overdue is 1, and it's apparently due to Preston. But anyway, that's not really going to make a difference to us, because we're going to exit out. Now, as mentioned, you can use the XG to help guide your decision. So do we cash this out? Do we leave it for a free bet? Now, since we're expecting another goal, we should just leave it for a free bet. And there's a big difference, okay? Cashing it out is 46 locked in, and that's guaranteed. But another goal is a higher profit of 62, okay? And we've got, 45 minutes plus the stoppage time to get it. And also the XG is expecting it. Remember, we're not hoping for it. We're expecting it. So that kind of makes the decision for you. So if you're someone who always gets a little bit caught out with the whole decision-making process when you're trading football, especially with loads of matches going on, it can get a little bit overwhelming. You can just stick to the numbers, okay? Cancel these unmatched bets here and just stick to the numbers, and we're just going to let it run. We're expecting another goal. Let's see if it happens. But either way, there's no risk in this match anymore. No risk in the market. It's a successful trade and done very, very quickly. Also, Preston 1, Watford 2. And here we are, 52 minutes, and we've just gone over 3.5, as you can see there. So, yeah, the goals are flying in this one. And anyway, look, I mean, we're kind of done with the demonstration, but you'd fancy that there's going to be even more goals in this one. Have to recheck the XG. But anyway, just a quick example of that. We're all done. I just wanted to show you that we did get that next goal. We were expecting 2 goals and we got them very, very quickly. Okay, this is not luck. Just want to point that out. Preston 1, Watford 3. We're all done in this one. And as said, and as you can kind of see, this really is the perfect match for those who like to trade the goal markets. It really, really is. And it does what it says on the tin, okay? We're learning when to expect the goals, okay? It's expected goals. Football traders, one of the big things we've always had to work on as with our football trading down the years is when do we expect the goals, okay? We've now got the data to kind of tell us when to expect the goals or how many goals to expect. As said, it's a perfect match, a match made in heaven. But anyway, look, if you didn't get that earlier on, the free ebook, it's the XG Football Trading Prospectus. You will learn more about how you can implement and add XG data into your football trading. Okay, we go a step further than just in these YouTube videos. To get this sent to you, click the link in the description. It's a free ebook. You can just check it out, see if it's for you or not, and then go from there. As said, the link is in the description. Click on that, put in your very best email address. We will send it right to you. If you're on a big screen, scan the QR code or just visit xgfootballtrading.com and you can grab a copy from there. As said, put in your very best email address and it will be emailed to you. Okay, give us around 10 to 20 minutes to get it delivered to you. If you put in a fake email address, well, it's not going to be delivered to you, is it? Okay, so not sure why a lot of people waste time doing that, but anyway, totally up to you. Anyway, so yeah, grab that. You should definitely take a look at it. And also, if you've been enjoying this video and a lot of the clips we've been showing, well, this video on the screen right now should be one that you like also. So I strongly advise you keep watching. Okay, click that video on the screen, go grab another nice cold beer, and I will see you in the next video.